Hey guys, this is Valentina Palladino for Ars Technica, and today I'm here with the new TomTom Spark 3 GPS watch. So this is one of the newest devices to come from TomTom, and it is a daily activity tracker, but it focuses on GPS tracking when you're running, when you're cycling, or doing any kind of outdoor activity. And what's a little bit interesting about it is that there are 4 different models of the Spark 3. You can get it in just a GPS watch where there are no frills. You can get it with a GPS watch and there's space for music on it, so onboard storage. You can get it with GPS and a heart rate monitor, and you can get it with GPS, a heart rate monitor, and onboard storage for music. So TomTom gives you a range of options depending on how you like to work out, what your needs are, and those are all, of course, in a range of prices. What I have here is the most expensive one. So this has an onboard heart rate monitor, an onboard GPS, and space for music, and it also came with a pair of TomTom's wireless earbuds that will work with this device. So you can go out, you can run, you can cycle just with the GPS on and listen to music, and you don't have to have your phone with you. So I spent a little bit of time with this, and I'm going to tell you some good things and some bad things about the Spark 3. So one of the really good things about the Spark 3 is that the GPS is really great. TomTom is known for its GPS capabilities, so they put it into this wearable and it works really well. You can go out running, cycling, doing whatever kind of activity you want, turn on the GPS, and you do have to wait a little bit for it to turn on, maybe about 30 seconds for it to grab your location. But after that, it will stick to you and it's extremely accurate. The distance calculations are very, very accurate in my testing. And the battery life is pretty good too when you're on GPS. It's about 11 hours, TomTom estimates. And with that, you're also going to get about 3 weeks of battery life if you were to just track activities without using the GPS, which is an awesome battery life compared to some Garmin or Fitbit devices that have a much lower battery life. When you want to track things like, indoor activities, treadmill runs, all that kind of stuff, it will last you a very long time. Another good thing about the Spark 3 is that if you choose a model with onboard music, you'll get 3 gigabytes of onboard storage where you can put music, put playlists from your computer using the My Sport TomTom's desktop app. And also, it will come with these wireless headphones that TomTom makes, and these are guaranteed to work with the Spark 3. There's a little bit of a downside to it because the list of compatible wireless headphones that you could use, that are not these, is pretty small. But if you were to get one of the models with onboard storage, you'll get the wireless headphones. So, they're not the best headphones, but they certainly provide decent sound and they stay on pretty well too. Another really good thing about the Spark 3 is that it connects to TomTom's My Sport app, which you can get in the desktop version and you can get in the mobile version. And I really like the mobile version of the app because it's really refreshingly simple. It's just kind of a white background with a couple of things on the home screen that show your steps, daily activity, and then there's a list of all of the workouts that you tracked and synced with the TomTom Spark 3. And when you tap on it, you can see a full breakdown. You can see duration line graphs for your pace and your heart rate, or depending on the model that you have. There are maps in there for when you use the GPS to track your routes. It's very basic, but it's really easy to understand. There are not a lot of frills, and when so many different workout apps are trying to be flashy or to offer something different, TomTom just kind of goes back to the basics. And the same thing when you're tracking an activity from the watch itself. Everything is just very simple. It's not very hard to understand whether you're a beginner or an expert. So I really enjoyed using the My Sport app, and I also didn't find myself syncing every single day. But that wasn't a problem because I could sync once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and all of my activities were there without it being, intrusive and I need to sync something or it's gonna, go away forever. It was a very easy to understand app, and I really would like to use it over time. So let's move on to the bad things about the Spark 3. One of the bad things about it is that it's not a touch screen, and I was a little confused by that because on the Spark 3 you have this kind of touchpad-y thing that you have to actually click around on to navigate the screen. It was a little confusing at first. Sometimes I felt like I didn't know where I was clicking or I didn't want to go to a certain place, but it took me there anyway. But after a while, I just kind of learned, the up and down and left and right, and also the corner presses that you could do. Overall, I just really wish that it was a touchscreen. I think that would be much more easy to understand and much more easy for other people to understand since so many of these devices have touchscreens. Another not so great thing about the Spark 3 is that it can't receive any smartphone notifications. And it is a daily activity tracker, so its design is pretty bulky. It's not very flattering. I did wear it all day, every day when I was testing it, but I wouldn't really want to do that on a regular basis. I'd rather just wear a watch. But I think if it did have smartphone notifications, that would just add another feature, another value that you could use all day long. So another not so great thing about the Spark 3 is that the model that I have has the GPS, the heart rate monitor, and the onboard storage. The heart rate monitor was okay. I was using an Apple Watch Series 2 at the same time, and that one is pretty accurate in my experience. So when I was testing them against each other, the Spark 3 was a little slow to catch up to the Apple Watch. And that's not uncommon with a lot of wrist-based heart rate monitors. Some of them are really, really on point, some of them are really bad. And the ones that are in the middle usually take a while to catch up to the ones that are really good. So it would sometimes be 15 to 20 BPM off of what the Apple Watch was saying. But if you gave it probably like 30 seconds a minute to kind of level off, it would get up to around what the Apple Watch was saying within like 5 to 7 BPM, which isn't bad. It just takes a little bit of a while to get there. So overall, I really enjoyed my time with the Spark 3. I think that if you're looking for a fairly affordable GPS watch, this is the way to go. Because if you just want the model that has GPS only, it doesn't have any onboard storage or anything like that, it's $130. That's really not that bad. And since GPS for some people, if you work out outside a lot, you really want that and you want it to be accurate, this is definitely a good device to do that. And I also think it's interesting because TomTom really gave you a lot of options with the Spark 3 without making different products. So if you want a Spark 3 and you want that accurate GPS and distance calculation, you're going to get it across the board, whether you get the $130 model that just says GPS, or if you go with the one that I had, which is about $250 and has the heart rate monitor as well and the onboard storage and the included wireless headphones. That package in itself is pretty good, considering you can get, a Fitbit device, a Garmin device, a Polar device for the same amount, $250 or more, and you're not going to get some of those features. I think if you want to wear something every day, I personally wouldn't want to wear this every day, but that doesn't mean you have to use it that way. If I were to keep this, I would probably just use it when I want to track my indoor workouts and especially my outdoor workouts. In that sense, if you're looking for a really reliable device that can go indoor to outdoor really quickly, the Spark 3 is a good device to go with.